The newest Genius Invocation trailer just dropped and continues to live up the hype that TCG is finally coming to Genshin. With only 7 days left before the update, I say we just take some time to go through the 3.3 livestream and see what the gameplay looks like, infer other things around it, and perhaps check what cards we should be looking at closely in the future. Now, the rules of the game are pretty simple. You have 3 character cards, your opponent has 3 character cards, and the first person to beat the other person's characters wins the game. To be able to do this, beyond your 3 character cards, you're given a deck which you could use event cards, support cards, artifact cards, and whichever other cards that you could use at your disposal to be able to beat the other 3 characters. Not only that, the game specifically has a resource system. Kind of like how Pokemon has energy and MTG has mana, Genshin TCG seems to work with dice. Each die contains 8 sides, 7 elements, and 1 wild card, or known as the Omni Dice. Use these resources and cards wisely to be able to defeat your opponent. Now, based on the 3.3 livestream, there seem to be 3 phases in every round. The roll phase, the action phase, and the end phase. In the roll phase, this is where you get most of your resources. You roll 8 dice, pick the dice with the elements that you want, and get to re-roll once. Whatever die comes up, you have to keep it for the rest of the round. The action phase is most likely the main phase of every round. Here, you get to play your character's skills and abilities, you get to play cards, and even change the elements of some of your dice. Finally, when both players declare the end of their turn, we head to the end phase. Here, you lose all your elemental dice and get to draw 2 cards. From then, we move to the next round. Repeat until one player loses all 3 of their character cards. The cards and actions are very well related to Genshin's mechanics. As you can see, each character card has a normal attack, a skill, and a burst, all costing different kinds of dice. Along with this, we can see some cards costing 0, 1, or 2 dice, whether of the white variant or the black variant. And even along with this, we could see elemental reactions such as melt, freeze, vaporize, overload, superconduct, and the rest. So we can expect that reactions play a critical role into each and every game. Now that we have a gist on how to play Genius Invocation, we can somehow try and make a basis for what cards we should be looking at in the near future that could be a staple in every deck. So first of all, since every card and every action in the game is very reliant on the elements and whatever elements your dice come out, any card that would circumvent this would be good. So we should be looking at the 0 cost cards. They could be good, they could be bad, but if they are 0, they definitely do not need dice. And that's what could make them really good. Second of all, what are cards that could fix our dice rolls? If there are cards that could force to have a specific element, or force to have the Omni element, which is, I assume, a wild card, that could be very good to keep in your deck too. And then finally, as much as people love to make the joke of Pot of Greed being good, any cards that give card draws will actually be second place in terms of slotting in as priority into the deck. Because your biggest RNG factor in this game are the dice, not the cards, because you have 3 character cards right in front of you that could use different abilities depending on whatever dice you roll. We'll also have to check the specific elemental reactions that come with the game to just make sure that there's no one dominant elemental reaction. Because if there is one dominant elemental reaction, that's just gonna force us to build that same kind of deck, which hopefully doesn't happen in the future. But anyways, that's all I can think for now. That's pretty much all my hype, right? As of the moment, I've seen the trailer and I just reignited that hype again. That it's really soon we're gonna have TCG and all these cards, and I'm gonna make different videos here and there about different kinds of decks and maybe probably how to play. If you guys like that, leave a like on the video, leave a subscribe, because I'm still gonna keep making more and more TCG videos. Well, that's pretty much it. Alright, see ya!